And do is just go over for a little bit some of the extract some of the important information from chapter 7. Chapter 7 is all about the so what, who cares. Remember, you have lecture points that are here as well. This is really trying to help us, instead of just laying out points or arguments without any kind of framework or basis, or telling our readers why it's important. So the so what, who cares? So what? Why are you telling me this? Who cares about this? So this is where we have to think about, we have to show our readers that it does impact them. Okay? So I want to start out here. The authors in chapter 7 lay out a passage by Denise Grady, and I'm going to read it without the so what and who cares, and then I'll read it with the so what and who cares and see if we can make sense of why this is important. So here it is. This is without the so what, who cares. Within the past few decades, research has shown that fat cells act like chemical factories and that body fat is potent stuff, a highly active tissue that secretes hormones and other substances. In recent years, biologists have begun calling fat an endocrine organ, comparing it to glands like the thyroid and pituitary, which also release hormones straight into the bloodstream. So that's some good information given to us, but why is she telling us this? Why should we care about it? So here I'm going to add the piece that she adds to tell us the so what and who cares. So I'm going to reread this with some more information in it now. Scientists used to think body fat and the cells it was made of were pretty much inert, just an oily storage compartment. But within the past decade, research has shown that fat cells act like chemical factories and that body fat is potent stuff, a highly active tissue that secretes hormones and other substances with profound and sometimes harmful effects. In recent years, biologists have begun calling fat an endocrine organ, comparing it to glands like the thyroid and pituitary, which also release hormones straight into the bloodstream. So there are some cases just sentences with a few words added, such as with profound and sometimes harmful effects. So why should we care about it? Because it can be harmful to us. Okay, so that's the framework for this chapter 7, and it really explains the importance of addressing the so what and who cares questions when making an argument, and it really offers specific strategies and templates for doing so. Your papers will become stronger once you begin to address these questions, as doing so shows that their arguments are parts of a larger conversation, and that what they are saying, what you are saying, matters. Okay? So the authors urge you to consider who has a stake in an argument, so that who cares, as well as the larger consequences of the argument, what they are, that kind of so what. So although the who cares or so what statements work in many different parts of your papers, you will struggle with introductions and conclusions and might find it helpful to address these questions there. So that's the recommendation from the authors. That's what I'm recommending, that you address those questions in the introduction and or the conclusion.
So just in a sense, to kind of recap the importance of this, I want to just go back to what we talked about in the first week of class, where I mentioned to you how important it is to know your audience. This is another component, that knowing your audience will be helpful to understand what they're concerned about. So really think about yourself. I mean, how many times have you had to listen to somebody speak, and somebody speaking and you saying, why do I even care about this? I mean, that is kind of really the essence of this. So trying to get into your audience's heads to understand what it is that concerns them is going to be very helpful in you trying to to get at the so what and who cares, so that you can make more of an impact on them with your writing. So really, I mean, it all comes down to, regardless of how interesting and how really passionate and into your topic you may be, if you don't make your readers understand how it can impact them and how important it is to them, that so what and who cares, then you're not going to really get through to them as you want to. So that's really all I want to say about this for now. I will be putting up the lecture points in here. I noticed just now that they are not in here yet. They'll be in here right when this video gets housed in the for in-class work. I'll also post a discussion related to the this chapter and the next reading for the class on Michaela Cullington, Does Texting Affect Writing? Okay, that's it. Take care. Have a good day. I'll see you next week. Bye.